Hi everyone, I hope you're well. So we're going to move a sprite in different directions this time. A sprite can move in different directions by using angles and turning to the left or the right. The command tells the sprite to turn to the right, the first one, or the left, the second one. The number in the box is the number of degrees you want to turn. If you want your sprite to turn left 90 degrees, choose the second option and change the number to 90. So you can see over there it's changing to the left, and this one would be to the right. And then this diagram shows the most common angles you will need to use. So if you start here and you say 90 degrees to the right, that's going to be all the way to the right. So this is a nice diagram for you to use just to go back to when you want to change your sprite to go in a certain direction. If you do a task incorrectly or want to start again, you will need to drag your sprite back to where you want it, then create the code block shown. The green flag means it will run when you click the green flag. Point in direction 90 will make your sprite turn to face to the right. Okay, so they're just explaining what's going to happen here. They give a tip over here. You can find the turn blocks in the motion menu. Drag the blocks to the right hand side and put it under your other blocks. Tip: the sprite will turn in the direction the arrow shows. The larger the number, the larger the turn. Point in direction lets you tell your sprite which way to face. It's a different way of making it turn. The block is in the motion menu. Drag it to the right side and put it under your other blocks. Okay, so we're just gonna open Scratch. Going to open it in here. So first thing we need to do is we need to make sure that we have our, sorry, this should be an event, under when clicked. So I'm just going to zoom in here. So under, just going to put this at the top right. Yeah, doesn't really do anything. And then we're going to go to the motion menu, and now we're going to say turn 15 degrees. So if I say this, you'll see that my sprite actually changed its direction. So it can go in a full circle like that. If you wanted to turn to the, let's say we wanted it to turn to the left, then you need to say turn left, and then we're going to say 90. Let me say this. And now you can see that it turned 90 degrees over there. So if we just go, I'm going to say minus 90 for it to go in the opposite direction. There we go. And you can see that if this is 0, so you have to imagine, I'm just going to take a screenshot, and then I am going to open my Paint. Okay, so I were to zoom in here, this line over here, that is in this case our 90 degrees, our 0 degrees, so that is 0 degrees. And now I'm telling it turn to the left, so turn, so if you have to like make that your eyes are like this, so you need to tilt your head like this now, so your head should look like that now. If you look like that, so your eyes are there and you're gonna look over here, and now if you turn to the left, oops, no, I want a straight line. If you turn to the left, so one full turn to the left, that is going to be a 90-degree turn to the left. So you can see from there to there, we have a 90-degree turn. So right over there. So now this entire image, so this entire sprite, this entire object is going to turn to the left. So let's tell it to do that. So turn to the left, remember that's the line, turn over there, and that's exactly what it did. Now if you do, this is going to be our new 0 line. So now if I tell it to turn 90 again, it's going to turn over here, so it's going to be on its head. And if you do it again, you can see how that is going to change. So that was just explaining how we do this. Your 0 point is going to be determined by your original sprite, so that these will determine by how much it's going to turn. And let's start with the first one. So activity 6.1, just gonna say don't save. Make the sprite and then move 100 steps, turn left 90 degrees, move another 100 steps, and then your code should look like this. So for now, try not to use this as a way to follow these steps. First, try to do it without looking at the answer. So they're basically giving us the answer to what it should do. So what I would say is try to follow the instructions without their help. Okay, so the first thing that they say, I'm just gonna take this guy out. Just gonna keep it at the 90. There we go. So now it's in its original position, and they say make the sprite. Okay, there's our sprite. They say move 100 steps, so we're gonna say move, and we make this 100, and turn left 90 degrees. So this would be to turn right, and this would be to turn left. So this we're going to make 90, and then they say move another 100 steps. Okay, so we just put another 100 steps underneath that, and now we should have everything that they have over here. So when clicked, move 100 steps, move 100 steps, turn left 90 degrees, and then move 100 steps. Perfect. So now let's see what's going to happen. So now it went 100 to, it moved 100 steps in that direction, and then we told it to turn left 90 degrees, so it shifted the rotation, and then it moved 100 steps upwards. So that's why it did all of that. So it looked like it swinged all away. So if we were to take this step by step, so the first thing we told it was move 100 steps. Okay, so that's what it's going to do when it moves 100 steps. Then we say turn to the left 90 degrees. Okay, 100 steps to the right. We already know what that does. Now it says turn your direction, so that's what it's going to do over there. If I were to just take this one out, and then we told it to move 100 steps again. I'm just going to make this, it was like that. Now we're going to tell it move 100 steps again, and that's where it goes up like that. But I think we already clicked that, so that's why it went up again. But yeah, so it's going to make it 0 again, 90. Okay, and we can just put in all of this, move 90, and we followed all of those instructions. And I just want you guys to continue 6.2 on your own. It should look like this in the end. 6.3, now they say, make the sprite move in a square, turning to right instead of the left. So I want you guys to try that one. And then 6.4, make the sprite move at different angles. Type in different numbers and see what the sprite does. Did it do what you thought it would? And then for all of those, so I know in the previous activity I showed you guys, you would take a screenshot of this and you would put it in here. This is activity 6.1. Also, if you can underline that, that would be great. And I take a screenshot, and this for now is all that I want. I would actually like you to take a screenshot of what happens to your code. Sorry, I have the hiccups. Take a screenshot of your code and then what happened when you clicked on that button. I believe you can also increase the size of this. So if you click here, you can also get the full view, but for now this is all we need. And just make sure that you zoom in far enough for me to see that. But if you have done all of these activities, I just want to show you how you would save this. Activity 6.2, and you would paste all of your screenshots in there for all of your activities. Okay, you've done that. Now you say file, you say save as, you browse. Now you select where you want to save this. So you'd have a ICT folder in your documents maybe, and then you put it in there. And what I just want to show you is you giving it a file name, give it activity 6 as the name, or skill 6, and just when you go here as save as type, just choose PDF. If you save it as a PDF, this is what I want you guys to upload. So upload the PDF. It's easier for me to mark, so I can zoom in, the quality stays good, and then I can just see all of your things that you have done. So just make sure for all of your activities for the rest of the year, if I tell you to give me a file of proofs, then you just upload this as a PDF. So if that's unclear, then you can just ask me on WhatsApp to help you. But file, save as, browse. Just make sure the save as type doesn't say Word document, it says PDF. If you do not find that option, then you can also say file, print, and then instead of saying whatever printer you're already connected to, just choose Microsoft Print to PDF. It does the exact same thing. Now you're just going to say where you want to save it. So it's going to be skill 6, and then you just save. So it's under my downloads, and then I can just go to my downloads, and there I have my folder over there. Okay, I hope this video helps. Enjoy the rest of your day.